Welcome to the Sports Betting Preview Show, a pregame.com podcast. This is segment 2 of 4, Sweet 16, Tennessee versus Ohio State. This is Marco D'Angelo, joined by Vegas Runner. We're going to break this game down. VR, as you always do, hit me up with the numbers.
All right, game has not moved at all from the line. Once they put it up, it's just sat there. And according to my own line, it's as close as you should get to at least a true number. Ohio State opened up minus 4.5 with a total of 134 as of today. Ohio State's still 4.5, total still 134, all across the board. I mean, not any book has even given a half-point adjustment either way.
Well, this is one of these games where, you've got, again, another number 2 versus 6 seed. We had that matchup in one of the other ones.
Xavier, Kansas State.
And both teams have done everything they've been asked to. Ohio State, they were minus 17 against Cal Santa Barbara. They won by 17.
Yeah.
They took care of business on Sunday, Ohio State, beating a Georgia Tech team that, had a great run at the end of the season, literally was a team that played their way into the big dance. I mean, Georgia Tech was a bubble team the final 2 weeks. They won, they got hot in the ACC tournament, made a run all the way to the championship game, and that's what got them into the big dance. But this Tennessee team, this was a team that was, very good early in the year. Then they had a little stretch during
they were the first to beat Kansas.
Absolutely. And if you remember, they did it shorthanded.
Yeah, at home.
So a team that's got talent. They had a first-round game, a very tough game against San Diego State.
On the first round.
The San Diego State game. But that was good for Tennessee because it got them in a game where they had, a tight game. So that if that comes up later in the tournament, you say, oh, well, we've already been in this situation, the pressure, and,
especially since there's another bad foul shooting team, man.
These things happen with these foul shooting teams. But I think they caught a huge, huge break in their second game. They got to play an Ohio University team that was coming off the biggest win in school history. They beat Georgetown. For a MAC conference team to take out a Big East team, a high seed like Georgetown in the first round, and not only, upset. I mean, they took them out behind the woodshed.
They overachieved. I mean, they surpassed their season goal of getting to the big dance after beating Georgetown.
And and it showed in the next game. And I was on Tennessee.
Me too. And watching that, Tennessee could have won by 30 points if they wanted to. They were playing with them. I mean, some of the things they were doing on them fast breaks, they looked like they were having fun. Once they realized Ohio posed no threat, then it was just about, playing ball. That's what they were doing.
And some style points.
Yeah, that's all we saw.
This Ohio State team, they're a gritty bunch. I don't have an official free pick on this game. I do have a strong lean. I'll get to that. But you don't have an official free pick in this one either. Yours is going to be in the Northern Iowa-Michigan State game. But we're going to give a free coupon in this segment. We like to give away RJ's money.
No better time than this.
So
with the Ohio State University team.
You know what? I didn't even.
What a coincidence!
We're going to give RJ's money away with the school, playing the school that he went to. Well, that's great. And we're going to make this, it's the Sweet 16.
What else? Yeah, I knew that was coming.
You knew that was coming. Coupon Sweet 16. What you do is you go to pregamepros.com. Whatever you want to buy, put it in your shopping cart. When you go to the checkout, there'll be a spot where you can enter the coupon code. Just enter Sweet 16, the word sweet and the number 16 all together. That will get you $10 off. Anything that you buy automatically will come off. In VR, if it's a pick that's $10,
no charge. Drinks are on the house.
Free, baby. Free on RJ.
Can't beat the price.
Can't beat that. So be sure to check that out. Getting back to this game, VR, when you broke it down, what struck out to you in this game?
That you have two big contrasts in style, where Ohio State likes to slow it down and try to use gritty defense and work it inside, try to earn their points, while Tennessee, you're looking at 5 guys and 4 going pro. You know, they're going to make good pros if you look at this team. I think that's one of the problems why Bruce Pearl has died. Like everyone says, he goes to the Sweet 16 to die. Because his clubs aren't made for college ball. These clubs are pro ball type players. It's a totally different game. And I think college is more of a shoot from the outside type of, you know, to do really well. You're seeing these teams that are hot from the 3-point line advancing, and Tennessee's just not going to do that. They're going to use their athleticism and their speed to beat you. I think Ohio State could run into problems if Tennessee can dictate the tempo, make them run. Reason being, Ohio State has one of the weakest benches. They don't go deep. They're 5-6 deep, 7 max. But they're a 16-player rotation type team, where Tennessee is one of the deepest. I mean, they're 15th in bench minutes. So Pearl's going to run you to death with fresh bodies. And I think that's going to be a huge disadvantage to Ohio State if he can do that. On the flip side, if Ohio State slows it down, Tennessee has such a huge size advantage that if they could hit some easy shots, they could actually beat them that way too. So coming in, I think Tennessee has the advantage. But on the flip side, you know, Ohio State's just one of those teams that seems to get it done. You know what I mean? Like, no one could pinpoint how they do it, but when you look at the scoreboard, somehow, some way, this team wins. Just like in football, you know, they're not going to dazzle you. They're not going to, but somehow they win. They're just that type of blue-collar team. Yeah, exactly. And I think that might be a problem for Tennessee.
Well, when I looked at this game, there's 4 games on the card that are basically the same line where you've got a 4 or 5 point favorite. You've got Washington, Xavier, Tennessee, and St. Mary's are all that 4 to 5 point dog range. I think of those 4 teams, Tennessee is the most attractive dog.
Oh, the livest, sure.
That's the live dog, the power dog. And they're playing a team that generally is not that big margin type club. So I think that come game day, Tennessee's going to get a lot of play. I think the Big Ten, there's a stigma on the Big Ten that people just, they discredit them when they get, whether it's going to bowl games or playing in the tournament.
It's true, it's true.
They just discount them. And what do we have? There's 16 teams left. 3 of them are out of the Big Ten.
Yeah, and last year Michigan State was in the championship, and still, you're right, they get no respect at all. 2
of them are injured. And the fact that 2 of the 3, this is a huge factor in this game. I think that what's going to get overlooked, this crowd is going to be Big Ten. Both games, the first game and the second game, has a Big Ten team. They're playing at St. Louis. So all the Michigan State fans are going to root for Ohio State in this game. All the Ohio State fans will root for Michigan State in their game because they want to see the Big Ten advance. You know, you're going to root for the conference, even though during the season you root. So
I agree.
That's an angle that I think's getting overlooked here, and you put the gun to my head, I lean to Ohio State.
The good thing for you is the weakness that Ohio State defense has is against the 3. Now they're going up against a team that can't shoot the 3. Mm-hmm. So they could relax a little and play, you know, more of that zone defense and not worry about going out there to the perimeter and stopping this team for shooting 3s. So, I mean, if they could do that, they could be in there for you.
One final note, Tennessee, as good as they are, they've had some really ugly road games. They lost by 29 to Kentucky in the conference tournament. They lost by 13 on the road at Florida, and they lost by 19 on the road at
It's
Vanderbilt.
The kind of team they've been all year, man.
So they're Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Hey, that wraps this one up. Small lean to Ohio State for me.
I got to pass completely. I won't even lie.
Pass completely from Vegas Runner. This has been segment 2 of 3. We'll be back with segment 3. We'll take a look at the Xavier-Kansas State game. And remember, you can watch all of our videos at pregame.tv, predict the final score, and you will win $100 in pregame dollars. And you can always download and listen at iTunes. Just search for pregame.com. He's Vegas Runner. I'm Marco D'Angelo. We'll be right back.